rainy Wednesday in the capital. Not too sure what it's like where you are, but it's raining here. Let me just see if I. Good morning, Andrea. Yeah, I've been dying these days. You didn't send me anything this morning. Let me just share. Let me share. Good morning, Christelle, Deborah Findley. Good morning. Good morning, ladies. Yeah, I need the ladies in here this morning, and I need the men in here as well. Because I really want to get their take on the topic. Jocelyn, good morning. Queen Bee, good morning. Slims, good morning. Marian, Tamara, how are you? Good morning. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, we got a really interesting topic this morning. So I want y'all to come in the room because I was cooled yesterday. Share the live, guys. As soon as you come on in, just hit the share button. Let's see if I can get a little more light. Yeah, as soon as you come on in, just hit the share button. And the men that usually listen and want to long stop me, according to old people in the road, long stop me and have conversations outside of the room, the same way y'all long stop me on the street, I would love if you can call and tell me those things. Sometimes I'm trying to get to the supermarket and I get out, or just going through town to run some errands quickly, and somebody had to long stop me. And you say this and you say that. The phone line is open. The voice notes, if you don't want to call, you can send a voice note, 440-9595. All right, so we'd love to hear you this morning. Rita, good morning. I hope everybody's well. Chrissy Lee, good morning. Ava Grace, good morning. So good to have you, ladies. I'm not seeing the men yet. Where is Brian? Listen, don't get me. Let me get Brian. I need Brian and the likes of Dwight and what's his name? Samuel. Yeah, let me see if I get Sam, because it's some of what I have to say is pertaining to their program. Good morning, Candy Kiss. Good morning, Kata. Good morning, Della. Rita, I'm seeing you. Natasha is also here. Salisha Hazard, good morning. Akira Lewis out there in Texas, good morning. Andrea, I'm telling you, that's all they do. They long stop you in the road and want to have long conversation on the street. But one time to talk, they're on mute. And they wonder why, women are more seemingly in control these days, because women are more vocal. Yeah. So let me get started. Y'all can share while you're here. Yeah, we could start with what we got. Naomi, good morning, everybody. So good morning, Lydia. Hope all is well. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Christopher Edwards. How are you? Okay, Brian is here, so I can start. I could always depend on Brian to come in the room. I'd love to hear from, oh gosh, what's his face? Works in the bank. Duncan. Hold on. Let me just share this quick. What's his name? I need to tag him. Duncan. Is it Richard? What's his surname? Oh gosh. Is it Duncan? He's always in the room. He really sometimes comes with some really good points. Roger. See, my people paying attention. Yes. Somebody tag Roger for me, please. Roger usually gives some really good input. Anybody have Roger as a friend? Tag Roger for me. All right. So good morning to my viewers on YouTube as well. Good to have you guys here. So the topic this morning is, and it's sort of on a conversation I was having yesterday, and I'm like, you know what? The topic this morning is submissiveness or control. What do men really want? And it's also piggybacking off a program that's held by some gentlemen, 4 of them on Friday nights. You're going to need to revise that time now that we're open up to 12. People are out. Sam Jim, oh gosh, what's the other one name? Monty and two other Curlin. Is it Curlin? Gosh, I can't remember. I suck at names. Anyways, they call themselves A Few Good Men, and they host this program on Friday nights. And they have varying topics. Sometimes relationships, sometimes education, financial literacy, and all those things. But they had a program until they started off pretty well. It was going along until they decide to go left. And you know what's funny? And it's equally funny when women try to tell men how to be men, and when men are telling women how to be a woman. And we were going along nice, following, blah, blah, blah. All right. Until they decided to reference Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was who they decided to reference as being some sort of expert on women and relationships. And Rash Jakai, you need it in the room. You're always peeping from the outside. Come on in. Referencing Kevin Samuel, of all people. Colin Campbell. Yeah. Good morning, Shauna. Thanks again. It was really good yesterday. Daniel, good morning. So they decided to reference Kevin Samuels as an authority on women and what women should be and what women shouldn't be. And someone said to me yesterday that I may end up alone. I'm like, what do you mean I might end up alone? Because the person said, I am too strong. My personality is too strong, and men don't like that. And I don't know when to be submissive. I don't know how to be submissive. So I checked the dictionary and I said to the person, well, what if women were to request men be submissive as well? Why do we have to be submissive? Why can't we just do what we've got to do 100 and respect each other? Because when I checked the dictionary, submissive means ready to conform to the authority or will of others, meekly obedient or passive, inclined or ready to submit or yield to the authority of another, unresistingly or humbly obedient. We're in 2021. We're about to go into 2022. Y'all realize we're almost in 2022, right? Like almost, and we're there. Like just 1 foot. And this person is saying to me, I may end up, listen, there's nobody more narcissistic than Kevin Samuel and Derek Janks or whatever is his name. Who listens to these two men? Derek Janks was the authority on women and this and that, and big scandal. He cheated on his wife or was cheating on his wife and came back and had to eat humble pie, sat there. And for months and years, people were following this man, telling them what a woman should be like and how women should be and how men should be and la la la. And lo and behold, he was cheating on his wife. And it was a public scandal. Anyways, I digress. But my point remains. We go to Google. Nicole, I went to Google, but I still call it a dictionary on Google. Someone is asking who's Kevin Samuel. He's an IG, YouTube, someone says social life coach. Yeah, but I was told men don't like that. So I'm like, okay, well, what do men like? And the person was like, like when you listen to and you do as you're told and you follow instructions and you don't challenge, or you don't have an opinion on everything. So I'm like, oh wow. Well, if that's the case, I guess I'm really gonna be alone. But the question is, do you want that, or you just want to control a person? Because again, I beg the question, why do you have to submit? Why can't we just respect each other, maintain boundaries? You know what each other likes and don't like, and blah blah blah. Last I checked, I was given a town, I was given a brain, I was given everything. Yeah, it seems as though the internet dropped for a second. And to me, a man demanding that of a woman reeks of insecurity, because you're so insecure in your own little self that you feel you need to project. And if I can control this person, it'll make me seem more masculine, it'll make me seem more tough, and what have you. Because I said this to the person, listen, you don't have to tell a woman to submit to you. When a woman is into you, when we're in tune with you, some things come naturally. There's no need to challenge and argue when you've proven that you can lead and lead us in the right direction. You don't need to ask, tell me I need to submit. Anytime you have to get to that point to tell a woman, well, you need to submit and you're not submissive, means that that woman is something is missing there. There, the balance is off. Because you don't need to. And I'm sure there are women on the live who can back me up on this. Like when you're like in love with a person, right? And you're like really feeling a person, doesn't it just like flow so naturally that you don't really have to do much? You're like in tune with the person and things just happen, and they don't have to tell you have to be this or be that or do that. Some things, you find you get, take time to find out what each other's likes and dislikes are, and you just mesh. So maybe because that mesh, that connection isn't there, you're going to find that someone has to demand that of you because that person isn't doing it naturally, or feel the need to, like, you know what, this man has proven that he's like, he could lead us, so let me fall back. He's got it, I don't need to do anything. But if you're there and you realize, like, wait, everything you have to tell the person, you still have to do things for yourself, it's like you're there but you're not there. How do you, like, just, what do you demand of and you can't give? What if women were to say that of their men? Are men willing to do that? No. Tomorrow is saying understanding, yes. Compromise, yes. Both ways. Submissive, negative. In 2021, November 10th, with 44 more days for Christmas and a little bit more for 2022, why are we still talking about you need to submit? I mean, everybody's personality isn't the same. There are some people like myself with very strong personalities. Um, whether that's who you were or you had to circumstances sort of tossed you in the direction. But you should not have to force that. The minute time you have to tell a woman that she's this or she's not submit, that means something is off. That connection is off balance. Because like I said, submission is supposed to come naturally when you find someone that can lead you respectfully and you don't feel like, you know what, this person is trying to control me or trying to change me or trying to make me be this or make me be that. You just follow. It's a natural progression. It just flows. You don't have to do a whole lot or say a whole lot. Okay, so the men are speaking in the room. I need you all to call or send me voice notes and get your take on it. Does every man feel that way, that a woman's supposed to be this little mouse? Like, because I gave you the meaning, which means inclined or ready to submit or yield to the authority of another, unresistingly, unresistingly or humbly obedient, ready to conform to the authority or will of others, meekly obedient or passive. Is that what men really want? Because if that's how the thing looking, seems as though that the person said, I'm really gonna be alone. Because you ain't looking good for me. If that's what y'all want. Is that what y'all really want? Like, talk to me. Donnell, you can call, you can send me a voice note, 440-9595. You can call in via WhatsApp, 440-9595. Send me a WhatsApp, or you can call the you can call that same number. But WhatsApp, a voice note usually works well. The men are talking in the room this morning. Brian says, I don't want no pushover. Communication, Remy says, communication and understanding is all that is required. But that's where education, comes into play. Jill Scott said it best. A man can tell me what to do if he can tell me what to do. But a man can't tell me what to do if he can't tell me what to do. I like that. I like that. A man can tell me what to do. He can tell me what. And another point they were making on the program, was it last Friday or when? There was this thing about women looking for men, already made men, and men who already have money or whatever, who comes into a relationship with money or blah blah blah. I'm not really sure how that works, because unless they're going after those men and, according to old people, putting questions to those men and asking them to be in relationships, sometimes it's the other way around. These men come to you, right? Someone even said, you like man, women like men with money, and half of the time when you look at the men women are with, they ain't even have money. So if you look at it, they don't even have, like, if we're talking money, Jeff Bezos, how many, like, okay, let's come back to Grenada. How many Grenada have Jeff Bezos and what's the man name? Money in Grenada. What's the other one named? Steve Jobs. What's the other one named? The Musk man. What's his face? What's his name? Elon Island. What something? The Musk man. What's his name? With the Tesla people and Elon Musk. How many men in Grenada have them kind of money to talk about woman like man with money? No disrespect. No disrespect. If we're talking about them kind of men, then yeah. But all of us basically struggling out here. You get into a relationship, sometimes it's one on one make two. A lot of the times we fight up together, we struggle together. So this, oh, women, like, if we're talking about on a local level on Grenada, all of us working hand to mouth, waiting and praying for mountain to have a little change in our pockets. So this, anyway, let's push that out of the water. Let me check the WhatsApp. Let me hear what this person is saying. Someone says, I totally agree with you. As a matter of fact, I just broke up with my boyfriend of 3 years. It became too much. We started off pretty well, and after a while, I realized he was more into controlling me than building a partnership with me. At what point it got to a point where I was told I need to turn off my phone at certain times. I was told what to wear, and I was told where to go. And I decided I had the last straw. I am supposed to be your partner, not your child. Things like that is what you tell your children. So before it got physical, I decided to end things. Oh, wow. I mean, as a man, if we're going out, you can suggest, and you could say, babes, I find I really like how that look or it fit or whatever. But the choice will still be mine if I decide to. But you tell somebody that you can't wear this, I can't wear that. He says you can't take everything. I don't take nothing, Kevin Samuel says, not just everything. I don't take anything he says. He's more entertaining and amusing than you. I don't know how people take him seriously. I don't. I really don't know how folks take him seriously. Because to me, he's not even sure where he stands. To me, he comes across as, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm not too sure where he stands. So I don't even take him seriously. Anyway, someone says women have creative minds as well. So trying to place her in a submissive state will not allow the full potential of that creativity. Slim says some men hate when a woman is strong minded and independent. For example, women like me and you, Aruna, men feel threatened by our level of independence. But why? To me, doesn't that add to what you've got here in terms of you don't have to baby me, and you don't have to hold my hand and walk me through everything, that I'm able to stand on my own, I'm able to support you. Shouldn't that be a good thing if you have a woman that's independent? I know there's a difference in, a lot of men will say that sometimes women who are independent can seem to think that they don't need a man. I don't believe that people don't need you. We all need each other. And I'll be the first to say that. I don't like this whole saying, oh, I don't need a man. There's a difference. You could choose not to have one, right? You could choose not to have one, and maybe you knock boots, swap some spit, and you go about your business. You don't want a relationship. But as human beings, I think we need each other. And as much as I might be, able to take care of things myself, the best feeling is in the world as a woman, and I'm sure some of the women on the live can agree with me, is knowing that even though I can do something that your man or your partner can do it as well, and say, you know what, babe, I've got it. It is the best feeling in the world knowing that you can handle something, but your partner says to you, don't worry about it, I've got it. And when they say they've got it, they mean they've got it. Not just say it and then 2 days later you have to go back and, get it yourself. You know what I mean? It is one of the best feelings in the world. Knowing that, hey, I'm fully capable of doing that. I can change my own tire. I can check my oil. I can wash down my vehicle myself. If something missing, something need fixing in the house, I can do it. But he can also do it, and I don't have to. Let me just fall back on him, and I can be in my femininity. So many women want to do that, but it's like they want you to be soft, but they still want you to be able to do your own thing, handle your own thing. Don't ask them to do anything, because you have to constantly tell them, oh, when you're going to get this done, when you're going to get this done, when you're going to get this done. So it's like, which one is it? Sheena says women are used to a certain treatment and don't want to downgrade. So they would look for a man that they can be comfortable with. In no single wealthy man in Grenada. Yeah. Says Aruna, that's because a lot of men only have money. Oh, someone was calling. I'm sorry. I'm concentrating on the thing. I didn't see the light. You can return the call 4409595. 4409595. I usually do that. As Jack, when I'm reading comments, I usually say somebody because I'm not sure if people want it to be read. The comments to be read. Justin says the Bible says women must be submissive to their husbands. Religion says so. However, I have a feminist approach. God created men and women equal in worth and value. It is said that women who don't obey this submission plan end up dissatisfied with their lives. That's what they say. I guess that's why I was told I'll be lonely. I'll end up alone, because you have to literally dumb down yourself to a point where somebody thinks, okay, that's sufficient. You can stop there and let me control the rest. But my question is that necessary? Why can't we just have mutual respect across the board? You're a woman, I'm a woman, you're a man, I know my role, you know your role, and we come together and we make it work. Why does someone have to be something because it makes you comfortable and it's because you can handle it? So because you think, okay, this person has this larger than life presence, or they're too well known, or they're too this or too that, I should just, I can't handle it. So you're either going to have to learn how to be submissive or we can't work. Everett says men can learn so much from women. All men need to do is to let go of their ego. I have learned some amazing things from women. Men need to pick up a woman that can inspire them to grow, and not pick up a woman that have to force to control. For me, that's a man that lacks vision to build and live in fear. I agree, because to me, if you're comfortable in your manhood and your masculinity, that no matter how strong a presence a woman is, she ain't moving you. You're just watching her and you'll be amused at her little antics, because you know that, hey, I've got this. So I'm just going to let her be in her little feelings. I'm going to let her, express herself, but you're going to sit back and be amused by her antics because you know how confident you are in your manhood, in your masculinity, and your ability to lead and, take control of a situation. Sometimes, let me put this to men. A lot of the times, women, am I supposed to even tell y'all this? Or if you know it already? A lot of the times, women will push y'all little buttons to see how far we could go, but you know when to pull back. And sometimes it's amusing to us. It's sometimes entertaining. It's funny. You push a little, and sometimes you just, as old people say, cantankerous for no reason, just to get a reaction. Willem is here. Willem, you're late. You were one of them that I needed to, that had me, yeah, like, you know what? Yeah, had me doing so many woosahs. Where is Samuel? Friday night, I was doing 10 Hail Marys. I saw Sheena came in. She couldn't stay. She left because I was doing woosahs with you and Monty and Sam. So when y'all needed to be here to learn something this morning, y'all not here. I can't find Sam. All of a sudden, he's usually here every morning, but I can't find him this morning. I don't know why. But anyways, my point remains. A lot of the times you'll just like push a little to see how much a man could take. To test. Brian says he's calm like the gun. You can't battle you. The thing is, and that is why I'm saying, Brian, that as a man, you're supposed to be so confident in your ability to lead and so comfortable with who you are in your masculinity that any little antics that your woman or whatever comes with, it should be amusing to you because you know that, hey, at the end of the day, I'm leading this relationship and she trusts me and she believes in me and I've got this. And like I said, sometimes women do all these little antics and push just to see how far you can go. You know the person you're dealing with. Sometimes you know how far you can take certain things. Sometimes you start some argument and you know, hey, it's only so much you can go with the far you could go with this argument. Sometimes he'll sit there not saying a word and just be looking at you and you want him to respond. And you're going to push until you get a reaction out of him. And then you really realize what type of man you're dealing with. They'll probably just laugh or he'll walk away or he'll sit there and just be listening to you with this smirk on his face and his hand under his chin and just looking at you like, this woman. Look at this woman. What is all of this for? You just seen it on your face and this look of disinterest on their face. But you keep going and going just to see how far you can take it. But if you truly respect the person, you know what's your limit, you know what's your cutoff limit, and you know, okay, certain things to say, certain things not to say, and what have you. So that brings me back to my point. A man should not have to ask or tell a woman she needs to be submissive. It is something that flows naturally if you have that connection with that person, if you're gelling well, you're mixing well, certain things just fall into place. Good morning, Grantley in Barbados. You don't have to tell a woman you need to be this or you need to be that. When the connection is there, some things just fall into place. And sometimes you find yourself being so soft and feminine. You're like, hey, what you know with me? Since that is me, so that is not me. It's because that person brings out that side of you. They understand you. So you don't need to be masculine. You don't need to be in your masculine energy. You don't need to be this independent energy. You can just relax and just, you know, enjoy being a woman, enjoy being feminine. A lot of the time, you don't have a choice. You have to come up with that masculine energy because, say, when you open the door and you go out into the world, everything that hits you calls for you to be like, instead of being like soft and gentle and what have you. So when you're with that person, sometimes you just find yourself doing it, and sometimes you'll be like, well, that's not me. Since when I was, because it's just natural, and the person understands that they don't need to lead with an iron fist or be rough and gruff. So you fall into position, and it just flows. No one should have to force anybody. Anytime you get to a point where you have to tell a man, a woman, well, why you can't be submissive, you need to ask yourself a question. Is this the right person for me? Am I in the right relationship? When loved, yes, Annika, realize you're taking your time these days to come in here, but it's all right. When loved correctly and you feel safe as a woman, submission is it's easy. It's like you do it and you're not even know where you're doing. No matter how independent you are, how strong you are, you could change tire, you could do this, you could do that. It just happens and you don't even know when. You just fall into that feminine energy. Um, so it says when a man is in his true masculine energy, it allows a woman to be feminine. It's a flow of energy, and that is the most important thing. People don't understand how important energy is in a relationship. You see that thing when you call say that your spirit don't give? People sometimes dismiss this thing called spirit, but that's energy. That's energy. A long time we talk about my spirit and feeling this, or my spirit and feeling that. It's your energy. Listen to your energy. What are your energy saying about that person? You're not feeling that person on that level. So if you're not there, then we have a problem. We can't force it. A lot of times we force certain relationships and you're just not compatible. Renee is right. Your compatibility is a big one too. And also women will soften up to men they want to soften up to. Not every man will get a soft woman. You see, like how not every woman gets to see certain sides of a man, not every man gets to see certain sides of a woman. It goes both ways. Because people will say, well, how this man been with this woman for he or her donkey years since King Hatchet was a hammer? And he didn't used to do this and he didn't used to do that. And how come he never get married to this woman? And look, he pick up somebody yesterday and they married today. And suddenly see homeboy have a nice shirt and pants, soft pants, going to church. And he used to beg that man that we go to church and give God praise on a Sunday morning. And he ain't going nowhere near church. Next minute you see the man Bible talk below short jack on a Sunday going to church, and you used to beg that man. So different people brings out different things in each other. What you might get from me, another person wouldn't get, and what I might get from you, another person wouldn't get. So someone says a lot of men pick up women based on pleasure and the way they dress and try to change them. That will create problems because no one can change anyone. People can only change themselves. You can't change anyone. You can only change yourself. A man needs to pick up women that have similar values in line with their dreams and the relationship to follow easier. When a man finds a good woman, he finds a good thing. She will bring out the best in him. A man that tries to control a woman is because he has not found his other half that God has created for him. Yeah, and soft pants. I'm telling you, soft pants and same one thing in pants and short jack with the same one the shoulder cut sharp, sharp, sharp. And you never used to you beg that man for 5 years. You were to him, let me go to church. And he met Miss Lady yesterday and today in the church. So different things bring out different. So you can't all expect the same thing in a person. You bring out different sides of a person. So once we understand that, we be good to go. There's so many comments in there I can't even catch up. She does as people settle too much, both men and women. We must realize when someone is not for us and walk away before we are too emotionally invested. And that's when you stay. Well, we're gonna continue this conversation tomorrow. That part, Sheena, is gonna be the continuation. Knowing when to walk away. When is it time to walk away? Because a lot of the times we stay and we fight because you figure, you know what, I need to already, and it's not working. You're just not feeling it, but you're staying and you're holding on, and then before you know it, weeks turns into months and months turns into years, and you're just staying and you're jamming like bobot and you're unhappy and you're stressed, and it's just not working. Monty says my problem is women make their choices and men based on different criteria, and they refuse to take any responsibility for their choices. Of course, Monty, come on the program tomorrow. Let me and you talk tomorrow. Because I realize you and Sam and Willem and Colin. Um, Monty, come on tomorrow, please God. Yes, Samuel, I'm about to go. But the question was, Submissiveness or control. What do men really want? I'm about to wrap up. You came too late. All right. Monty, tomorrow, that spot there. I want to have a conversation on. All right, no problem. Good. So 11 o'clock, we have a date tomorrow morning. I'll send you the link. All right, I'll send you in your inbox. So Willem, Monty representing you and Samuel and the rest tomorrow. So that should be interesting because they had me going last week Friday. When is it time to walk away? And women not accepting responsibility for their choices. Monty, hold that thought. All right, so that's going to be the topic tomorrow, God's will. I'm looking forward to this. Alrighty, so I think that's the time we got. Woo, that's already the time. Eskimo Variety Store, thank you so much. Beacon Insurance and Western Union for making our segment possible today. We'll be back tomorrow, and Monty will be joining me for that conversation on the responsibility part that women don't accept. It should be interesting. It should be very interesting. So we'll be back tomorrow. Willem, so come back and defend yourself tomorrow, God's will. All right? Come back in the room, 11 a.m. So thanks, guys. Thanks so much. Y'all are very interactive today. I appreciate it. Thanks so much to all those on YouTube as well that were viewing. All right? So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place. Inside the ladies' room. This mouse. Here we go again. All right. Come on. I need you to get off. Okay, let me just end it over here.
Ladies' Room comes to you compliments of Beacon Insurance. Insurance is a promise to pay. At Beacon, we keep our promise. Renwick and Thompson and Subway.
Partner is the laundry detergent that gets the job done. This multi-purpose brand is designed with you in mind, catering to all your needs. The soap bar and liquid detergent was created and added to S. Kumar's line of products. This addition guarantees to be mild on the skin, allowing the bar soap to be used as a beauty bar and ideal for hand washing. The liquid soap with added softener leaves your clothes with a bright clean while removing all odor, dirt, and grease. The liquid